good God, mic didn't work. There's that. There's that. Oops. It's been a while, guys. I'm a little rusty. Ooh, don't want to click that. Alright, how does that look? Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay. Nothing special here, guys. Just, I'm thinking for future videos as alongside a speed paint in the background of whatever, I might also include some sprites that may or may not be used in other videos. I have plans, but nothing scripted, so I figured I might as well just draw it and see what happens. That's why this stream is kind of listed as a, air quote, behind the scenes. Because it has nothing to pertain into any story or topic. This is just prep work that I thought I might as well as stream. I think I'm getting a cold. Man, my throat hurts. Still in the announcement I said chill stream because I don't think I'm gonna get riled up about nothing or go on a rant. That and I'll just be doing line art a million times. I'm also wondering, since I'm just gonna start out with 10 sprites, even though I only have 9 sketched so far. Oh. And that the background is an evening-ish scene. I'm wondering if I might go crazy with the rendering. You know, like the lighting and stuff. I'm also thinking, now this might be a bit much in the long run. I might do 2 videos a week. Yeah, I know, that's a lot. Like Monday and Thursday or something like that, because like if I have a video scripted and whatnot, I have plenty of background footage I can use. But with these, if I get these done, sure, it'll be slightly more editing than usual, but at least it'll be more visually interesting. And I have a few topics and ideas listed, just not scripted yet. So that's the thought, but that's if I get these done by Thursday, or if I get these sprites done by like Wednesday or something like that, then I'll consider it. But then also that means I would need to, oops, script at least, yeah, script 2 videos ahead. Which shouldn't be that hard, but then again, I have often surprised so many folks, even myself, at how easy, or how a air quote easy task is challenging. Hashtag neurodivergent. Should I make her line art thicker on the outside? It'd be really crazy if I also colored the line art. Well, honestly, like I mentioned earlier that we passed 100 subscribers, which is crazy. We're at like 112 or something, but I'm I'm gonna hold off on it because, like I mentioned on the community tab, Google did say they were gonna be purging a bunch of dead accounts and like abandoned channels and whatnot. If the channel has not been accessed in 2 years, they're gonna ixnay it. Which I'm pretty sure half of my subscribers are old dead accounts or bots. So before December, I'm not gonna make any I'm not gonna jump the gun on this one. Resketching these sprites has definitely made me realize how freaking hard it is to consistently draw a character 10 different times. Now, normally for my typical art style, I would just erase I would keep this line art, but then color on top of it. I don't know how to explain it besides showing it. But for videos, I think I'll keep the eyes on top of everything because they're supposed to be the focus. But I don't know how that'll look until I draw a few sprites. Which is why I'm gonna start with just focusing on the line art for now. Before I get too crazy. See those colors bright before my eyes. I hear my voice so clearly, I know that it is right. I thought I was weak, but I'm strong. They sold me the world, but they were wrong. And now that I'm back, I still belong. 'Cause I know that I am just a pony. Mistakes from time to time. Now I know the real me and put my heart out on the line and let the magic of my heart stay true. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let the magic of my heart stay true. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just like the magic inside of you. Like the magic inside of you. That's a damn good song. I don't care what anybody says. I also don't care what anybody says. MLP, Friendship is Magic, had some of the best music in childhood media. I mean, in children's media. Maybe Steven Universe being a close tie. Because if I'm gonna be honest, of all these songs I have on my on my MP3, I have more Steven Universe than I do My Little Pony songs. But that's mostly because the pony songs are so specific to their situation. While some Steven Universe songs, you can imagine anyone singing it and it would still make sense, or like it being in any situation. They're more applicable, I should say. Applicable and relatable. Not to say that MLP doesn't have relatable songs, but in comparison to Steven Universe, I think their songs are slightly more relatable. And my god, they got Broadway singers, okay? How do you compete with that? With Weird Al Yankovic. I'm definitely going to shade it with that deep purple. With maybe some pinks in there. And then highlight it with this yellowy orange. But a part of me wants to thicken the line art a bit. Or color the internal lines. Like I used to do. Because for my backgrounds, I usually have very thin line art, and then most of the texture is just done with the colors. I have a whole coloring tutorial on my channel, somewhere. But I'm not sure which one I want to do. But for the base line art, that's where it will be. My heart out on the line and let the magic of my heart stay true. Whoa, 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 whoa. And let the magic of my heart stay true. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So it's just the mouth and eyes. So, I mean, if you compare the a Steven Universe song with a My Little Pony song, like, okay, random song, On the Run from Steven Universe and Save the Crystal Ponies. On the Run is basically just about running away from home because it doesn't feel like home anymore. More relatable. Save the Crystal Ponies. We can save the Crystal Ponies with their history. That's it. It says that they like jousting. Flew a flight of many hues. They baked some crystal candies. They had a petting zoo of tiny ewes. Like, well, cute and definitely very catchy. Shall we say, the applicability of that song, it's just like, yeah, when you listen to it, it's only about this one thing. I don't know if I'm coming across coherently, but I like them both. Don't get me wrong, they're both very beloved. Okay, there's a few MLP songs that are very applicable that I just realized. Like, it's only like 30 seconds long, so you have to find the extended edition. When Twilight sings the song, I have to find a way to make it all okay. It's also just a pretty good song. I don't know what to do. Seeking answers, I fear I won't get through to you. I'll try. Another example is the song they sang at the Grand Galloping Gala. A catchy ass song that's in my head constantly. But then again, yeah, that's only about the Grand Galloping Gala. It's not a song like It's Over, Isn't It, where you can imagine it in different situations. And of course, how can we forget the classic Steven Universe song Love Like You? That is just mwah, so good. Now, I know it's not meant for this probably, but the scenario I always imagine whenever I hear that song is just the story of a single mother trying to make ends meet to take care of her child. That's the image I get in my head, but I know that's not the situation for the song, but I can imagine it that way. Because it's written in a non-specific, situationally specific way. But even the Steven Universe songs that are written to be more specific to a character or situation, it's like, yeah, that's relatable to where anyone can sing it. Like, Distant Shore or It's Over, Isn't It? Now, It's Over, Isn't It is a very specific situation, but it's a very relatable scenario. Like, I've personally never been in that scenario, but I can imagine an instance where I am. War and glory, reinvention, fusion, freedom, her attention, out in daylight, my potential, bold, precise, experimental. Who am I now in this world without her? Petty and dull with the nerve to doubt her. What does it matter? It's already done. Now I've got to be there for her son. It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? You won, and she chose you, and she loved you, and she's can't hit that note. Ugh. One thing I will say about both Steven Universe and most of MLP songs, they are very much out of my range. I am not a soprano. Which is probably why I really like a lot of Applejack's songs, because she's not a soprano and I can sing along. And also, singing in a southern accent is just fun. If you haven't tried it, try it. Singing in a southern accent is just a good time. Like, if you have a good southern accent, it's pretty fun. We traveled the road of generations, joined by a common bond. We sang our song across the Pony Nation, from Equestria and beyond. We're apples forever, apples together. We're family, but so much more. No matter what comes, we will face the weather. We're apples to the core. Hey, yep. I probably shouldn't be singing because my voice is already shot from working out in the cold this weekend. Oh, obligatory, how was y'all's Thanksgiving? I say mine was pretty good. My brother and grandma came up, and we already celebrated a sort of family get-together earlier in the year because we wanted to avoid weather, and my brother-in-law can't get that weekend off every year. He can never get a break that weekend because it's Black Friday and people want their bank accounts stocked and checked and whatnot. And it's funny, I don't typically draw Rune as being busty, but in this pose, I guess that's just kind of how it turned out, because she's supposed to be like leaning forward, but I guess you can't really, I'm terrible at perspective. Oops. Oops. One moment, folks. Technical difficulties. God dang it. How did that happen? Oh well. So yeah, it was funny. I don't know when it happened, but I was just sitting on the couch. It was either after the meal or we were just waiting for the yams and turkey. And I just checked my phone on a whim. And it shows I have like 7 comments. And the video's up to like 700 views. It's my creativity video. And I'm just... What? It seemingly felt like it skyrocketed overnight. I had posted that video like 3 days prior. But for some reason, Thanksgiving weekend, everyone was on YouTube. Which, honestly, I know I sound indifferent, but it's just because I'm in shock, because that has never happened to me before. That is the most views, most activity I have ever gotten, ever. Anywhere on the internet. My DeviantArt, which is where I mostly work and whatnot, doesn't even have that. Like, my most popular piece on DeviantArt doesn't even have that many favorites. Probably has a bit of views, but I don't really know how they track that, because I just scrolling counts as a view. Oh, it was crystal berries. They were crystal berries. They had a petting zoo of tiny youths. Flip. Tilt. I just the most the song that's gotten the most mileage out of My Little Pony is the song Open Up Your Eyes, but that was from the movie, not the show. And besides, that's just a banger song anyway. They're a little, oh. A little quiet? Well, I'm not talking that loud. It might be my mic. Hold up. I did have to turn it down for the videos. Is that better? Talia. far behind is it? I guess that did it. Sorry about that. I didn't realize my... Well, that's an inconsistency. Hold up. I didn't realize my mic was down so low. Oh my god. What the fiddle? My proportions are all over the place for these sprites. Especially this one. I look so cartoony in this one. I think it's just my nose. It's like, just can't get my nose right. mind if I say something controversial yet brave. I really want it to snow. So badly. Not because, oh, I want snow activities like sledding and snowmen and snowball fights, but I want it to snow already just because it's damn near December and it's so cold where I live. The ground is frozen, but there'd be no snow anywhere. Like oh my god. The first ski place opened for the season this year. And it's December, so it's like, either we're gonna get all our snow in January, which, I mean, it happens a lot, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Or it's just all gonna come December. But I'd like it to not all come in one day, like it has done in the past. Because that would be nice. Ah. You know, I hate it when one ear just randomly clogs. Like, I went to take a drink and my ear just went, just went, It also doesn't help that I've, not appendicitis. Not tetanus. What's the thing when your ears constantly ring? Tinnitus. That's what it is. I'm not usually a fan of raspberry hot chocolate, but it's warm, so who am I to complain? And at least with snow on the ground, the snow is more insulating against the cold, because here it's just cold. Like, all the time. And our house is basically made of aluminum, so it's cold inside as well, unless we have a fire going. But we can't constantly have a fire going, because that's just a lot of wood to keep a house warm. I mean, we do have central heating, but, you know, just to save on electricity and money and whatnot. I hate hotkeys. I don't know what to do with the sleeves, so I'm just gonna come back to them later. Well, you know what? Never-ending tediousness. Well, I forgot that side. There we don't. Oh my god. Will you please just stay in pen mode? Fave. Yep. God, why am I so tired? And my throat hurts, so that's not a good sign. Then again, it is cold season. Oh well. Since no one's here, I can spoil next week's, the next video. I don't know if it's gonna be next week or Thursday, but probably next week. It's probably gonna be one video a week until I can manage doing multiple. Next video is about taking a break, so it should be entertaining. At least for my sister, because she's always yelling at me to take breaks when I need them, and I'm just like, I don't know how. And it's not an anatomically correct hand, but at the same time, I don't know how to draw folded arms. guess I should bring it up. So December, I'm going to be switching franchises again. Since spooky season is over, and I'm getting kind of burnt out on Gatesville. I mean, I'm not... no, I'm burnt out. Let's not sugarcoat it. But I did get a lot done. A lot of scripting was done. Basically, the pilot for Mundi Mischief is done. Which took me a while to figure out that episode was going to be the pilot. Because I was trying to make another episode the pilot, but then I figured that should be actually episode 1 of the series. And that this other episode should be the pilot, so... Made more sense. Oh, that's not the right... still. And a lot of concepts were done. So that's good. Realizing I do not know how to draw architecture. So I've just been avoiding it every chance I get. Which is gonna kill me eventually because for core beliefs, the main setting for core beliefs is on the campus of a basically Catholic school, a Catholic academy. And you know how the Catholics love their repeating designs in their cathedrals and whatnot, so I'm just dying on the inside because I know that's going to be a bitch and a half to draw. Oh, Rune, why don't you just use a 3D model? I don't know how to use that, and I don't want to use a 3D model. Someone else can do it. I'll script and storyboard if someone else can animate and render. But I'll do the backgrounds. Okay, I did that one. Or just let's do cupcakey here. Yeah. Still high up. I'm just gonna treat Rune's eyelashes like mood rings. Just depending on what shape her eyelashes are, you can tell what mood she's in. I'm just gonna say that's what it is as an excuse for drawing her inconsistently every single fucking time. That's the excuse anyway. Hello. Just figured I might as well stream while I draw these. So my throat is starting to die, so I might be less chatty than usual. I've proven that I am. Even though earlier in the stream I was literally singing. Much to the protest of my poor vocal cords. Because my god, I cannot hit those high notes. I don't know if I'm a tenor, but I'm definitely not an alto. Adorable. Adorable. I've never in my life heard that one before. My voice has never been called adorable. Oh my god. Thank you so much. That's just... I've never been called that in my life. Most people, when they interact with me, just tell me to shut up. I just filled up my... That's one of life's bingo spaces done. Someone called my voice adorable. Never thought... A high list of things I never thought I would hear. Because I can't actually tell what my voice sounds like, but when I listen to it recordings of my voice, I always either sound like I got something stuffed in my cheeks, or I'm like nasally and whatnot. Unless you think that sounds adorable. Like I got squirrel face or nerd voice. I can hear the kitten running around in the kitchen. It's so cute. I love everyone's voice. I got a few voices that when I hear it, I just go... But that's just because I have I'm very auditory. So when something doesn't sit with me, you know, audio-wise, I just... Yuck. You read it? It's just a little pause. That's not what I meant to do. Jasmina? The sounds of chewing. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Oh. Now, I don't hate it. Like, crunching, I'm fine with. It's just the... Like, the crunching, chewing, I'm oddly enough, I'm fine with that one. It's the, the wet chewing sound that just drives me up a wall. But crunching, well, it pisses my dad off to no end. I don't mind it because, yeah, food's crunchy and crunchy food is good. And that's a hill I will die on. Food is much better when it is crunchy. Should probs change? I mean, if that's your name, don't be ashamed of it. Jasmina is a cute name. Or yeah, is it Jasmina or Yasmina? I never, like, because some people pronounce the J differently. Because, like, in Hebrew, there is no yay. There is no J sound. There's no J letter. It's a Y. So it's a yah. but people translated it as a J. Bit of Hebrew trivia. So anytime they say, no J, it says yeah. Okay. Yasmina. There we go. I'm American, so everything is just wacky. Because the English language is, shall we say, a little less than comprehensible. It's like in Spanish, the J is an H sound, right? Yeah, like jalapenos. Which I pronounce it jalapenos, not jalapenos, because I'm just, you know... I don't speak Hebrew at all, but the little Hebrew I know has affected my, just the way I pronounce things. The only reason I know any Spanish is because it's required learning in America. You have to take a foreign language class, and most schools only offer Spanish. Which, I mean, I get. Mexico is right there, but our, you know, America's closest ally is Japan. Mexican Spanish, I should say, not Spain Spanish, or Puerto Rican Spanish, or yeah, no, Puerto Rican. Which I think, if you have to teach someone a foreign language in a country, it should be a language that they might not run into. Or, at the very least, we should be able to choose the foreign language we are forced to learn in high school. But just because I took 2 years of high school Spanish doesn't mean I know how to speak it. I could probably read it. Like, if you tell me, okay, this is a Mexican Spanish paragraph, I could probably read it with some trial and error. And I might know how to pronounce some of the things, because once you get the vowels down, you can pronounce any language, really. I'm just going to leave that as is. I think there's one more sprite here. And then I'm going to decide on style. Then I could go on a whole rant about the American education system and how much of just a backwards oxymoron it is. Goodness, puppy. I got my dog right next to me. He's just snoring away. I think the nose is wrong. How do I draw the nose? Okay. There. Yeah. Should I make these sharp or shorter, given her emotional state? You know, I'm gonna go shorter, I guess. But I'm gonna make these bigger. There we go. One random question that I have. Like, I know other countries don't celebrate American Thanksgiving, but I wonder if other countries have, like, their own version of Thanksgiving. I mean, because we all have our own New Year's at varying different times. There we go. I was just wondering if other cultures have yeah, this is a point in history where a bunch of peoples that were usually enemies got together and just had a moment of peace to eat some food. Or if they just have this is a family celebration day. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so I'm not an expert. Huh. Like I said, I only know about American Thanksgiving, but I do know I have heard there was another country that had a Thanksgiving-esque celebration. Come on, turn on. But that just might be me being ignorant. But unlike a vast majority of Americans that I know of, I actually liked Thanksgiving. Not just for the Black Friday sales, which are a scam. And anyone who says turkey is disgusting obviously has not had it properly cooked. Because I've heard some people say, oh, turkey is disgusting because it's just so dry. I was like, well, then don't keep it in the oven for so long, you idiot. Yeah, idiot. Turkey, when properly cooked, is so freaking juicy. More so than chicken. But then again, I haven't eaten store-bought turkey in a while. Because we just raised our own this year. I think the hood's crooked, but her head is tilted down, so hoods, I mean, no matter which way you turn your head, hoods kind of sort of stay the same place. It's just a type of chick. Well, it's a bird, but they're two completely different species. So no, turkey is not a type of chicken. Turkeys are actually native to North America. Wild turkeys, anyway. Chickens, I don't know. I actually don't know where chickens originated from. They are kind of similar, but I mean, I grew up around chickens, so I know to fear the chicken, because they put the fear of God in me from a very young age, which is quite the story to tell. I hate that question with a burning passion. It's just obviously the chicken came first. or at the very least, a variety of wild bird that resembled the domesticated chicken. No matter what religion's origin story you subscribe to, the chicken always came first, because eggs weren't just floating around in the primordial soup, and God didn't create just eggs and then chickens popped out of it. Or or Quetzalcoatl didn't trip on a chicken egg and then a chicken broke out of it. And now I'm ranting about chickens. Oh hell, Yasmina! If you actually met a chicken, you will learn that they are far from suicidal. They fear no god. I don't know why people use chicken as a term of cowardice, because every chicken I have met was willing to face down any predator. They look at you with, they got a murderous glint in their eye. Like, they remember the dinosaurs. I fear your 9-year-old brother. Well, then he is not, Well, then there was something wrong with your brother. No offense to your brother. Yeah, chickens are flighty. That's how they survive for so long. But being actually, cowards? Nay, nay, nay. That would be the turkey. People usually call me Maz. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I get that. Changing your name is just a pain in the tuchus. But your internet name you can change at least 20 times without the website going, okay. Because let me tell you, all the videos are gone, but this channel, this one account has gone through at least 5 different usernames. There was this one time where I had the one username, but I changed just certain variables of it, but it all had the same Doom name. At first it started as actual Doom, like DOOM, but then later I was like, you know what, I'm not sure I like that, so I changed it to DUME. But then people just started calling me Doomy or Dumb because they didn't know that the E makes the U say its name, so it would be an ooh sound. So then, you know what, I just went with Rune. And it stayed ever since. Now, should I... That's a picture. Should I make the line art, the edge of the line art thicker Or should I leave it, but color the inner line art once everything's colored? Now I'm gonna put this in its own folder, because I know those colors are just gonna kill me. Lines, stretches. And let me just put the base skin tone down, and then we'll see how that looks. Because I'm fine, I could go either way, and since these are video sprites, they can be as detailed as I want them to be, because I only have to draw them once. And I kind of went a little overboard with the background, so I feel like in order for it to look like it meshes well, they should match each other with rendering. I mean, lighting, I'm definitely going to go all out for. Lighting is my favorite thing to splurge on. With the base shading that I plan on doing, some pink in there, and then did I decide on hard light? This orangey yellow. I don't know what it is, man. It's just lighting for me has always been the most soothing. Or at the very, because I use colors to light. And sometimes I'll just have a layer that's on hard light or soft light. But it's just, I don't know. I've always liked the coloring phase. And I learned that lighting is basically just colors in different shades. So I've just stuck with that. That, and earlier this year I was doing a comic series, and with the way I was doing that series, it needed full lighting because each panel was basically an illustration, which I know you're technically not supposed to do with a comic, but I couldn't help myself. I think the line art thickness is good because then Rune is differentiated from the background, but she doesn't look like she's sticking out too much. Because for my backgrounds, I always do thin line art. But for... Hey, I'm not animating. These are just sprites, so I can go crazy. Sort of. Besides, I'm just fiddling around. It's like, you gotta control yourself. Boy, you are gonna love the next video that's coming out because I just ranting about how I know taking a break is a good thing, but I just can't bring myself to do it. Why be reasonable when you can just go all out? That, and honestly, I've always been an illustrator at heart, so just doing base colors and just base line art always annoys me. Okay, I'm gonna keep that for now. And I'm gonna put the colors down underneath the lighting and then see how that looks is usually sometimes I actually keep the eyes on top of the lighting just to make them pop a little bit, but I'm gonna start with them underneath just in case I liked the way it looks. I like it on top. Don't take that out of context. She just, shh. She said nothing. Shh. I never said what it was, though. So, haha. You know, something I just realized recently, I draw my Sona with orange and purple hair, and then for any background she's in, there's always a tree that has that has purple bark and orange leaves. And I thought, yeah, that's fall colors. But then I just realized it's like basically the same as her hair. Not the same values, but shh. No one. No. No one said that. That might be a bit too much. I might have to lower the opacity once I'm done here. Who am I kidding? I will have to lower the opacity once I'm done with the base colors. Goodness, boy. Am I being too loud for you? My dog is very bossy, I shall say. Yes, I have a doggo. His name is Elias. He's a Chihuahua something. I actually have no idea what he is. He's a mixed breed. Is he a diva? No, but he is definitely a boss man. You know what I mean? When I adopted him, he came from a very he came from a house that had a lot of domestic violence in it. So anytime any of us were yelling or being too loud, I mean, not aggressive towards each other. I mean, we're Jewish, so we just yell across the house at each other. Or if you came into a room that he was in while talking loudly, he would immediately assume that you were trying to hurt him. So he would get aggressive. Now he doesn't do that anymore, but he just has to investigate everything. He's in everybody's business. Yeah, I know. It's a sad situation. But he's a happy baby boy now. Ain't that right, Elias? He's ignoring me. He likes to sleep under the blankets that are in his bed, which is cute and all, but it's not fun if I like leave a blanket on the ground and he's sleeping under it and I just like try to kick the blanket out of the way and it's just, oh no, he's in it. It's unfortunate how unsurprised I was when I heard about his home life and backstory. But it is a sad situation. No, I'm not gonna do that. A sad situation, but at the same time, I was like, I'm not even surprised. Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused. Part of me kind of wants to rim light this area so it looks like the sun is actually setting. But at the same time, I'm just, that's a lot of shading, and this line only works for this line art, because if I change lines, I gotta change all the colors. And the positions. You are out of control, Maz. You are out of control. He had a line, but he's right. Christ, bike. I'm really going to be here all day doing this, aren't I? Because I just can't stop myself. I'm not a perfectionist by any means, but I am definitely a futzer. I had to fiddle-diddle with everything, because maybe it'll look good if I do this. Because I did sprites for some old videos, and you can, those videos are still around, so you can look at those, but they were just so, in my opinion, just lazily done, so that when I was just working with them, it's just, ugh, I could do so much better now. But I was just in when I first did them, I was in a mindset of, okay, let's just get them done immediately. And then they just looked bad, in my opinion, for like every video after. It's just, you know, I only have to draw these once, and I can get a lot of mileage out of them for multiple videos. So I thought, you know, I might as well, for these ones, make them look polished and whatnot. Or at the very least, the way I want them to. So yeah, it's gonna take me 12 years to get these sprites done, but hey, they'll be done, and they'll look exactly the way I want them to. For my attention span of a peanut. I hear ya, man. I hear ya. I could draw a day if I have a sketch ready. Like, once I get past the sketching phase, I'm gone. I can draw all day. But it also helps if I have something to listen to, or, you know, if just something else is in the background. Because there isn't a day that goes by where I am eternally thankful that Forensic Files is free on YouTube. Because not only is that just a darn good show, it's great to have in the background. And it's true crime, so who am I to complain? I can also blend this out so it looks a little softer, at least in some areas. I don't know if they're still there. They really should be, but YouTube for a while had the original Godzilla films for free under their free with ad movies. And my god, the original Godzilla films are so good. Like, if you watch the original, the first one, because I haven't seen -1 yet, but the first one was so good. I mean, sure, yeah, it's a rubber man in a suit and whatnot, but what they were talking about is, you know, is a very, you know, human problem, even though, yeah, giant monster attacking the city. But it made a point to show that the military was powerless against him, and that eventually, when the second one rolled around, the military's best option with dealing with a Godzilla is to not deal with a Godzilla, to just keep him away from the population. Which, yeah, they were treating Godzilla as more like or I should say Gojira. They were treating Gojira as just a natural disaster. Not a monster, an enemy to be conquered. Just something you have to deal with. And the acting in those movies are really good too. They're not given a lot of credit. Funnily enough, because I'm still on the Gojira topic, get used to this. You know, a lot of people complain in monster movies how there's too much human stuff, human drama, not enough monsters. Well, if you watch the original Gojira was hardly in those movies. He was like in maybe 5 scenes, 20 minutes tops. But it's just, I actually cared about the humans involved in those movies. I gave a damn. Like, in the second Japanese original Gojira movie, which I don't remember what it was called, Gojira doesn't even show up, really. And he's hardly in it. Like, I was 20 minutes into this film, and I forgot I was watching a Gojira movie, because I was just, aw, come on, guys. I was more invested in the human characters, because this guy wanted to ask this girl out. Or no, they were working together for, like, a fishing company, and she was like, so when are you gonna take me dancing? You know, it was... You know, usually it's vomit-inducing, just typical couple stuff, but for some reason I actually enjoyed that. I guess because it felt less forced and felt more natural, if that makes any sense. Like, yeah, these are just people having a conversation about life. Should I do the backline? I don't think that's good. I think they're still on YouTube, so if you want to watch them and see what I mean, I think they're still there. If not, I'm sorry, but they will be back eventually. As I know, YouTube likes to cycle their free movie options, because for a while, Silence of the Lambs was free. And I enjoyed every second of that. I love the first film. Less thrilled about its sequels. But that's all down to personal preference. That is one sprite done. But I am pondering whether or not I should just save them as separates or with the full illustration with them. It would definitely be, if I save them all together, it would be less of a pain rendering wise, because then I won't have to keep moving around their sprites and them, you know, being different sizes every time. Well, the sketches are different sizes, but, you know, in the rendering phase it would be less of a nightmare, but I would have to keep stretching the picture every time I changed, instead of just having one background with the sprites on top. But that's a lot of layers. Well, I'm just gonna save so I don't lose any progress. I'm gonna turn down this heater. Man, that's way too hot. The sequel of any movie isn't as good as the original. Aliens. First instance off the top of my head where the sequel was 1,000 times better than the original. Same with Predator. The second one was so much better than the first one. With Aliens, Aliens is so much better than Alien. I cannot stress that enough. Aliens is the best movie ever made. And that is the hill I will die on. An argument can be made for like well, Over the Garden Wall isn't a movie, but it is cinema. Well, technically not cinema. It is good. Wolfwalkers is really good, but I preferred Song of the Sea. Best movie of all time. Dread. Dread is, well, it's just my comfort film. Not Judge Dredd, not the one with Sylvester Stallone. I'm talking about just Dredd, or Dredd 3D, the one with Carl Urban. That movie is just, it makes me feel the good happiness juice. Even though it is a violent movie about a dystopian future where the only thing bringing order to the chaos is judges, which are basically riot cops, and they can be just as corrupt as the criminals. So, yeah, we love violence. Yeah, the violence of that film, the way they filmed it with the, with the slow-mo cam, the blood doesn't look as gruesome. Like, someone gets shot in the face and their cheek explodes and you can see their teeth coming out through their mouth. That is just gruesome. But it's just the way it's filmed with the cinematography, it is so beautiful. Anyway, it's not glorifying the violence, but it's like, you just can't look away because it's just so sparkly and vibrant. And it's that way for story reasons. Not every violent scene in that film is that way. There's the bit with the miniguns that is just, mwah, good explosions. It just tickles my American brain. So anyway, save the sprites as the full things, or save them as well, because if I save them as separate, then I can at least, reverse them without reversing the entire image if I feel the need to change sides on something. More creative freedom if I have them separate, but then if I change the sides, the lighting... No, the lighting would still be there. I'm going to put this in a folder. Say color. Save. Yeah, I'm gonna save them separately, just for more creative mobility. Save as transparent background. Put it in large icon so I know what I'm looking at. Talking calm. Save. And then I close it. And then open vid sprites. And it's all still here. Because I saved it like a responsible adult. Oh no, has someone mamaed their last Mia? Also, going back to Dread, Mama is the best villain ever. I mean, arguably the best villain ever. Okay, I think that's just straight white. So, I mean, she's not over the top violent. She's actually, as a person, she's pretty subdued and mellow. But she is ultra violent because she's still ordering the violent acts, but she's just so nonchalant and disconnected from it. There's literally a scene in the movie where they're like, "What do you want us to do with these men?" And she's just skin them, toss them over the ledge. Sure, whatever. Just like, what? She just literally suggested that her men skin these people alive and throw them over the ledge as a display of violence, and she was just so unbothered by it all. She was just, whatever. It's just, She's terrifying, but also she's amazing. Marvel wouldn't even dare to create a villain that actually a villain. You know what I mean? It's sad that Marvel hasn't made a good, just a good villain in a long time. Same with Disney. We haven't had a good villain, really, since Mother Gothel. Because I did the math. We have not had a legit villain or villain song since Tangled. Now, an argument could be made for Hans with Frozen, but he was a twist villain, so I don't count him. Mother Gothel, obviously a villain from start to finish, no questions asked. She not only has one of the best songs, Mother Knows Best, which is just, well, they are making the villains gay. Well, yeah. Now, if you want a villain, base them off of a drag queen or that gay cousin or whatever the hell Maleficent is. Because honestly, Maleficent is one of the best Disney villains ever. It's literally. Now, you think, oh, she's so petty. She cursed a child because they didn't invite her to the birthday party. But there's a whole discussion about this. In medieval times, if you were not invited to a party, that is reasonable cause to declare war. Because it means they either didn't want you around, want you dead, or don't acknowledge you as worthy of their invitation, even if you're their enemy. You don't have to go, but the fact that Maleficent didn't even receive an invitation to said gathering is an insult to her. And she actually responded quite calmly by not declaring war and just cursing their child to die. And then, in order for that curse to come about, she really didn't have to do anything until that day. She was just biding her time. But then again, there was the whole freak out. All these years they were looking for a baby. Which is honestly just funny. But then, at the end of the movie, she turns into a fucking dragon and fights the prince herself. It's just, mwah! Maleficent is one of the best villains ever. Right next to Mother Gothel. And, I mean, I don't count Darth Vader as a Disney villain because he was written before Disney got their greedy, grubby, slimy hands all over my beloved franchise. I have very strong feelings about Catherine Kennedy. Very strong feelings. But if I was ever in the same room with her, my only question would be is why? With exactly that, just why? Why did you do this? Yeah, all the Disney villains recently have either been twist villains, sympathetic villains, or family trauma. Yeah, or generational trauma. It's just, well, relatable. We kind of just like a bad guy in our movies. Just give us a bad guy, please. They tried to do that with Wish, but I haven't even seen the movie, and I know that movie's just terrible. Well, not terrible. Mediocre. Which is bad, because it was supposed to be celebrating the 100th anniversary of Disney, and they made that unfocused mess. Apparently everyone is shitting on it. Now, don't get me wrong. I loved Encanto. Encanto was really good. Kind of simple, but still very good. Okay, I think that's it. PNG transparent. Grit. Close and then open. I'm doing it this way because I've done sprites in the past, and anytime I do it like where I just immediately continue working, I lose all my progress and it's just a pain in the ass. But then as soon as the other sprites start moving around, that's when things are gonna get frustrating. Okay, the eyes are fine. I just need to fix this. Wait, was Gravity Falls Disney? Holy shit, Bill Cipher. I forgot about that. Mostly because Disney forgets it has TV shows. But even though they've been forcing TV shows and miniseries down everyone's throats over at Disney Plus, I have a Disney Plus, that's how I know that. They just keep forgetting they actually... you forget you've already struck gold. So yeah, it still baffles me that we have not had a decent villain since Gothel. Mama knows best. Listen to your mumsy. Should be smashable. Was there a Disney villain that wasn't smashable? Like a classic Disney... Edgar! From the Aristocats. That's the first one that came to mind. He's a Disney villain. No one talks about him. You know, no one talks about the Aristocats, even though Aristocats was one of the best Disney movies ever. One of the Renaissance Disney ones, anyway. Oh, I didn't save that time. So now here's where I gotta go crazy again. Okay, I think I'll just... Never heard of that movie? The Aristocats. It is an older Disney film. But it is about these cats in Paris, and they live with this elderly lady who takes care of them, and she loves them dearly. She loves them so much that she, we have a reunion in the chat, decides that they are the main benefactors to her will. And the butler comes after the cats. And of course he gets jealous about that because he wants those millions of dollars. So he plans to get rid of the cats. Shenanigans ensue. It's a really funny movie. Oh yeah, so you didn't know that one. Yeah, a lot of people forget about it because I don't know why. It's just really fun. It was one of my first Disney movies aside from like Robin Hood. Everyone remembers that one because it was furry bait for a lot of people. I only remember the character designs and nothing else. Yeah, they are pretty classic designs, and they're very simple designs because there's nothing magical or fantastical about it. They're just cats in Paris. But you yeah, the arts, the design of the characters is really good. I miss that art style. Like, in Disney movies, you could still see some of the sketch lines. For never show their claws, beast as a flesh. The Aristocats. I mean, everybody remembers the main jam to that movie. Oh, my art style! Oh, God. I was talking about Aristocats. Sorry, I didn't know we were complimenting. Edible. I mean, everything is candy colored here, so I guess that's it. Anyway, back to classic Disney. Thank you so much about that. Everybody wants to be a cat, 'cause the cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. Like, come on. You all know the words. Tell me everybody's picking up on that feline beat, 'cause everything else is obsolete. Strip tie button shoes. A square with a horn makes you wish you weren't born every time it plays. But with the square in the act, you can set music back to the caveman days. Oh, that's such a good movie. Oh yeah. Everybody wants to be a cat. Classic. A lot of people said the movie was racist because it had a Siamese cat in it that had a Chinese accent. I'm like, what? Excuse me? That I never get about people bitching about old Disney being racist. Yeah, a lot of things Disney did in the old days were very off color. But for the time, that was fine. So I don't hound them too hard for that. You know, for some of it. Now, there was some... Yeah, there's some things that old Disney has done. It's like, alright, now you should answer for your crimes in this regard. But to say that Aristocats, the movie, was racist because the Siamese cat, which I thought was a cat breed from China, had a Chinese accent. I'm just... Okay, I mean, but the Italian cat had an Italian accent. The Russian cat had a Russian accent. And the French cat had a French accent. So I don't see what the problem is. Now, people saying in Dumbo that the crows were racist, which I didn't pick up on as a kid. I just thought the crows were the coolest characters in the entire film. No, apparently they were racist stereotypes of black people. So, I mean, I guess that... I guess... But then if you look at the concept art, yes, that was the original intent of the crows, but I don't know. I liked the crows. I thought they were the best part of that whole movie. We all love that song. But I be done singing about everything when I see an elephant fly. Why do people get offended by shit so easily? Yeah, I know, man. I think what it honestly is, these people who get offended so easily, they have nothing, they have no connection to the demographic that they feel was offended. They have no connection to it. So, first of all, I don't think they have a right to be angry unless the people of said targeted demographic are angry and then you advocate on their behalf. That's when it's fine. But when you're just getting mad to get mad about something, obviously there's nothing going on in your life. Or you have personal issues in your own life that you are just angry about because you feel like you don't have any control over your life. And then that's just a you problem that you should probably go to therapy to get that figured out, because that's a natural issue, and stop making it everyone else's problem that you don't know how to say, please, I need help. Yeah, don't take it out on cartoon birds. They did nothing wrong. They're just drawn that way. Remember the famous words of Jessica Rabbit? I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. Not Jessica's fault. I do not know that language. Is that... I know you're having your own personal conversation, but is that Russian or Ukrainian? Because I don't know. You said "da," which I think is yes in Russian. I don't know. Maybe I should just stick to drawing. A linguist I am not. Yeah, a lot of people love Jessica Rabbit. I don't hate her. I have nothing to hate with Jessica. She's beloved. But I don't understand why everyone thought she was sexy. Because like, even as a kid, I'm like, yeah, she's just a lady. Bosnian, actually. Okay. It does get compared to Russian often. Well, yeah, it's like, you know, we all got our different each language has its own dialect and is very similar. Like, if you tilt your eyes and squint, Italian and Spanish are very similar. I know they're not the same, but you gotta admit, they're kinda similar. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay, well, whatever. I'll do it this time. That's all the inside, inside, inside. Oh, that's an overlap. Overlap. Speaking of Disney ruining things, my family finally got around to watching the Ahsoka show. Now, to preface, I don't hate the show. I love Ahsoka, the character. I actually do like the show. However, I do feel there was an issue with the pacing. Like, it felt like they spent 5 minutes doing a scene or an action pose or movement that could have been done in 1 minute. And it was really noticeable in the first 2 episodes. So it was just bugging me, especially since Filoni wrote the show, and if you watch any of his other stuff, he's usually like breakneck pace, constantly moving. So it's just for this show to be so freaking slow really bothered me. But Dave Filoni did not direct Ahsoka. It was a different guy. So I think this was something that a director decision. Or it was like one of those things where that's a pretty heavy lighting. There we go. Where Filoni wrote like 5 episodes of something and go, all right, here's the idea for Ahsoka. And Disney went, great, we want 8 episodes. And Dave was, but I only have material for 5 episodes here. And Disney said, we want 8, make it work. So the director just had to slow everything down just to fit the quota. I don't know if that actually happened, but that's what it feels like happened. But other than that, I pretty much liked the show. I felt, if I had to nitpick anything, I felt like Sabine was written slightly out of character. But then again, she did lose her entire family to the Purge. That happened after The Mandalorian. And she did spend all those years kind of in a depression. But it felt, I don't know, I couldn't figure out why Sabine felt so weird to me. And then, we as a family finally got my dad to watch Rebels. We started watching Rebels, and I went, oh, that's what it was. Sabine in Ahsoka didn't blow anything up. So they hardly blew anything up, at least compared to the show. And she wasn't painting things. So she wasn't the artist. Which, like, an argument could be made that, you know, she had burnout because of depression and whatnot, but it was never addressed, so I didn't, you know... If it wasn't addressed, it's not a thing. And also, suddenly giving Sabine force powers felt a little out of nowhere. However, there is evidence that the father and the brother of, you know, of the Force are residing in that world, so maybe she was granted force powers because of, you know, the planet. And, you know, and the father might have plans for Sabine. So, I don't know, I'm holding out that, the benefit of the doubt for that. But until it's explained, it feels a little out of nowhere. Yeah, it was one of her most important character traits. You know, her explosive paint. Which she used to tag everything. She painted that TIE fighter and those gaudy patterns and called it her best work. I mean, come on. Where's that? However, Filoni did write it, or at least was one of the main writers, so he might have a plan. I've learned from experience not to question Filoni. But at the same time, I feel like he had his hands tied in certain situations. Yeah, it didn't just splatter paint. I was my paint. Yeah. Also, we watched the Ahsoka finale, and then immediately watched the pilot episode for Rebels, and I was driving whiplash with just how fast-paced that show is. So that, yeah, there's obviously some execs getting in the way of Filoni's creative vision, because I understand Filoni's not God, but he has made some God-tier stuff. Like, y'all remember Clone Wars, right? Bad Batch? I love Bad Batch so much. I'm so pumped for Bad Batch. I'm worried, but I'm excited. And after, I also learned my lesson from Netflix's Voltron Legendary Defender. Because at first I thought, wow, this was a weird choice of pacing in the episode, and they just ruined that show for me. But then I read where the writers only had ideas for like 6 seasons, and Netflix said, we want another season, and the writers said, oh fuck, okay, let's get something, pull it out of your ass, come on, get it! That's why the last season of Voltron felt so out of order and just so out of place, because it wasn't meant to be there. It was supposed to end with them defeating Sendak on Earth, and that was it. Honestly, I think the lions were supposed to fly away at the end of season 6. You know, like when everyone's in the hospital and the lions roared and they were all watching them. I honestly think the lions were supposed to fly away because they weren't needed anymore. But then they threw in the bit with Lotor and the Alteans and them worshipping him as a god and whatnot. Bloody blah 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 shit I didn't give a crap about. Oh, also, and the fact that all of reality was broken and the only way to fix the timeline was for Allura to sacrifice her life. Like she was worth all of the multiverse. And again, they threw in the multiverse! I just realized Voltron was had the multiverse curse. What the fuck? It was just, really? Is Allura God? The fact that she was just treated as this princess that could do no wrong and whatnot. And then even when Allura was wrong about something, it was treated like, oh, she could never have known, or it was the other person's fault for tricking her. It's like, okay, Lotor's betrayal kind of came out of nowhere, but at the same time, I saw it coming a mile away. Yeah. You're not missing much. Okay, actually, the first 3 seasons of Voltron Legendary Defender are actually pretty good. After that, you can probably just stop anytime you want. And again, I wanted to like Allura's character. I really did. But it's just, all of that shit was piling up. And here's another thing. Every single person I talked to on the internet loved Allura. Like, you know, the showrunners wanted us to. Saying that she was this beautiful baby girl that could do no wrong. Oh, Princess Allura was, actually the pink one. She was in the Blue Lion, but she wore pink armor. But that's only because Lance was the Blue Lion, but then Shiro died for the 15th time, and he became, you know, a ghost or whatever, and then Keith had to become the Black Lion. But they never changed their armor, even though they changed lions. So it's like, Keith was the Black Lion for a long time, but he still kept his red armor, and I'm just banging my head against the wall because it's just messing with the color palettes! If you're gonna color code your characters, keep them color coded. God. Whew. Rant aside, I think this one is done. Save twice, just in case the first one didn't catch. There we go. Shrug smug. Vid sprites. Okay. Oh, this one's gonna be faster, so I just turn. I need to fix that, actually. Okay, hold up. The problem with Voltron Legendary Defender, for me, is that it was almost good. I liked it for the longest time, but I wanted it to be better, and it never got better. So it was just... Ugh. It felt very constrained. Like, there was a lot of things they wanted to do, but since they had to keep things PG, they couldn't exactly do all the story beats they wanted to do. And I'm like, really? You're gonna have a show about war be PG? And obvious... And the... What's its face? What are they called? The Galra. The Galran ship looked exactly like the Dredge ship on Titan AE. If you don't know Titan AE, it's an old 2D animated movie that is actually really good. Not a lot of people talk about it. It's an underrated gem of a movie. And, you know, if you've even if you've never seen the movie, if I showed you a picture of the Dredge Queen, you'd know who she is, because every other robot alien series has copied her design. And it's always the robots, too. Like, the robot from Netflix's new Lost in Space looked like a dredge. Like a dredge soldier. Like, just Google them right now. I think... Hold on, let me actually... let me look this up. This is gonna drive me absolutely crazy. Okay, tight. The dredge... D-R-E-G. Okay, we're gonna go... Please don't crash on me. Oh no. No, no, my screen froze. No! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Come on, baby, keep it together. Don't overheat. Don't crash on me, please. Fuck! Alright, I don't know if y'all can hear me. Is it okay? Because my screen is frozen. My screen is frozen. Did the stream die? Where's my phone? Is the stream okay? Where is Padme? Is she safe? Is she alright? God dang it. I just wanted to show you guys a picture of the dredge because they're everywhere. Take me to my... Okay, the audio is... Okay, it looks like it's still going, but my screen is frozen, so there's not really much I can do. What the hell? My mouse isn't even moving. Yeah, Control-Alt-Delete didn't work. Hell. God frickin' dang it. The stream is gatekeeping. Maybe it's just my screen? Hang on, let me try that. I've turned off my screen real quick. Nope, still frozen. Okay, wow. 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 We are an audio-only stream from now on. Because I can't even stop the stream. I mean, maybe I could on my phone, but I'm not actually streaming through that. Shit. I did Control-Alt-Delete. Nothing happened. Son of a gun. Okay, what I'm probably gonna have to do, I'm probably gonna have to force shut down my computer, let it cool, and then... I'm gonna have to force shut down my computer and then boot it back up, but I think I'm just gonna try and end the stream here. So, oh god. This is stupid AF. So, you know, my computer's not even that hot. It's... Okay, it's a little warm, but it's not hotter than usual. I don't know why it froze. But it's also still going. Well, okay, yeah. Guys, I'm so sorry. Oh, wait, something happened. Okay, Task Manager just popped up. Are we cool? Oh my god. Woo! Okay, we're back. We're back. I think. Test. Okay. Oh my Jesus. Anyway. I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. Okay, I can't click on any pictures because I know it's gonna die on me. But if you just Titan AE the Dredge, and if you look at him, okay, there goes Task Manager. Go away. Not Task Manager not responding. That's hilarious. Anyway, this is what they look like. I swear, every other robot alien has copied them since, and it's just annoying. Alright, shut off this. Oh my god. I'm never doing that again. Holy hell, I didn't even save this. Good Christ on a stick, that scared me. Like, was my PNG still moving that whole time, or was it frozen too? Huh. Yeah, when I have saved the artwork, I just didn't save this bit, so that would have been a pain in the ass. No, dogs, please stop. The PNG was frozen too. That, okay. I swear this never happens to me. And no, I do not say that to all the girls. No. Guys. Guys! Hang on, I gotta go yell at that for just 1 second. BRB! Alright, I'm back. A truck drove by and the dogs decided to go bark at it. Now, I have to use my hotkeys whenever I want to change the PNG, so it's just... Yeah, sometimes I forget. Like, I always forget. On that whole rant I went on about Voltron, I do have a rant PNG. It's this one. But I always forget about it. Because I'm not numerically inclined. Also, I just need a postcard, a post-it note, right next to my computer. So whenever I stream, I can just, like, put that key right next to it so I can see, okay, here's the expression and here's the numbers. Boom, 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 boom. So I can have, like, full conversations just hitting keys. Yuck. Oh, Lord, have mercy. That's the wrong option. Ah! Stop it! I'm good, kid. I choose to waive my right to remain silent. Oh, what are they barking at now? Then again, a lot of farming equipment has been coming by here all morning, so they're probably just barking at that. Okay. Good luck with that, man. If by that you mean you're just transferring the stream to your phone so you can go somewhere else around the house, then I am fine with that. I'll say hi to your mom for you. She knows of me already. Would her stripes show up from this thing? Yeah, it would. Don't get too weird with it, Moz. As the old saying goes, in the ways of my people, you can always get jiggy with it. Just don't get weird with it. No one in the history of mankind has ever said that before. Say, oh, shrug back. Go away. A part of me kind of wants to end the stream right here because of that freak out. My computer is a little warm on the side, but it's not like hot to the touch. Hello, dog. Nice of you to join the party. Are you gonna be quiet? You want to say hi to chat? You want to say hi to the stream? Come here. Oh, cold puppy. Alright, here's the mic. Say hi. Say hi to my dog, chat. See? See, guys? They're all saying hi. Sniff the mic. Oh, boop. I don't know if y'all heard that, but he booped the mic. Yeah, oh, you're so cold. Ooh. There you go. There you go. Nestle in your blankies. I don't have any numbs. Well, there he goes. Have I really been streaming for 2.5 hours? It has not felt like it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more sprites to go. I mean, I could keep going. Because the longest stream I've ever done was 4 hours. But that was a concept stream, so it was, my bad. Alright, yeah. The show must go on. Let's keep her going. I really hope it doesn't die. A stream has died on me a few times, But that was because I was in an area that had really shit Wi-Fi. So it was just Russian roulette whether or not my stream would survive. I would very much like to die. Oh, ain't that the way. I don't want to die yet. I got a lot of shit I want to do first. You know, I got all my stories that I want written down and whatnot. I mean, sure, living is getting a little cumbersome, but I don't want to die just yet. I mean, I got like 4 novels I want to write. I got like 3 graphic novels I want to get done. 2 full animated series that all have mini series and animated shorts along with them. So I got a full plate, man. I can't die anytime soon. However, if certain aspects of life would just not keep kicking me in the teeth, that would be awesome. It's the only valid reason for living. Yeah, and I also don't want to die. I haven't seen the final season of Bad Batch yet, okay? I can't die until I see that. My little pumpkin spice latte. Okay, real talk. I genuinely love pumpkin spice lattes. I love pumpkin spice anything. I don't know if that makes me a cringy white girl for liking it so much, but hey, it's good shit, man. Okay, we're getting some sugar mama talk in the chat here. I can't believe that worked. I did. Okay, yeah. No. Whew. I thought I did that wrong. I can't think of any creative ones. If you want to learn how to flirt like a pro, just do what Din... Just say what Din said to Bo-Katan in season... What was it? Season 3 of The Mandalorian? Your song has not yet been sung, and I will serve with you until it has completed. It's like, ah! Oh my god! Someone said that to me. Phew! They better get down on one knee. Or if they tried to flirt with me like Anakin Skywalker, I'd honestly be too busy laughing to actually hear what they were saying. I don't like sand. Breathless. That's on the wrong layer. That's why I say I would be serenaded if someone flirted with me like a Mandalorian, but at the same time, no one's ever actually flirted with me, so I don't know how I would react. Like, genuinely flirted with me. Oh yeah, people on the internet can say whatever they want to each other. Whatever. But, like, in person, never happened before. My man Maz on the chat's on his own side quest. Also, I just feel like I should preface this because we live in a day and age. But if I call you man, buddy, or heaven forbid baby girl, I don't actually mean to call you a man, a dude, or a baby girl, because that's just how I talk. I call everyone man. Or dude. I call everyone dude, so it's not a gender specific term for me. Yeah, and I don't really care either. I mean, if we're in, like, public somewhere and someone looks at me the way I dress and points and says, he, I'm just gonna be a little like, okay, that's odd, but I won't be offended by it. I say bro all the time, yeah. Till all are one. Like the, Transformers, till all are one. Yeah, but they're just all jokes here. All jokes. I might give her a little glint in her teeth. Because I like drawing teeth. I didn't know they were jokes, though. Well, in all seriousness, I never say anything seriously. Okay, I shouldn't say never. But we just joke around. I just joke around a lot. Because if you take everything in your life too seriously, you're not having any fun. And what's the point of life if you're not having a little bit of fun? We're all silly little ponies here. At least I am. Yeah, sometimes I am serious. Like when I say, whoever the fuck puts mint in their coffee is of Satan. Because mint does not belong in coffee. Now my brother puts mint in his coffee, and I'm just... Why is that allowed? How is mint allowed in coffee. Yes, people put mint in coffee. And it's not just like he orders the mint mochas from Starbucks. No, because he doesn't like Starbucks. No, he takes black coffee and puts mint extract in it. You know, the stuff that can pull your teeth out? He puts that in his coffee. And I'm just, what the? How is that? That's gay. How is that allowed? Anyway, it's just... Seriously, though, that is the most disgusting thing ever. Aside from, what's another... It should be a crime. Well, I'm glad someone else agrees. Punishable things. Let's not get too hasty here, okay? I like some weird combos, too. Like, I think sunny side pancakes are better than regular cooked pancakes. I don't know if that's controversial yet brave. But yeah, raw batter just tastes better. And if anyone goes, oh, but what about the salmonella? Well, you only get salmonella if the eggs you're using in said batter has salmonella. And if you're like me, who grows up on a chicken farm and knows our chickens don't have salmonella, you can just eat raw batter. However, I think raw eggs are terrible. And not just raw egg, but like when people eat their fried eggs and the yolk is still runny, disgusting. I can't even look at it. I also think burnt bacon tastes better. Bacon and toast just taste better when they're a little black. Don't take that out of context. That's... But I mean, scientifically, eating slightly burnt food, not like, don't like burn your food, but slightly burnt toast, the charcoal that's in the toast is actually very healthy for your colon. I like my toast black. Yeah. With butter. I know people put butter and jam on their toast sometimes, but I think that's a bit much. Just straight butter. Or use it as a dip for your cereal and whatnot. Like soup. Should I make her eyes glow in this one because she's angry? Oh, you don't like butter? Well then, you know, whatever floats your boat. Should I make her eyes glow? We'll see what this looks like first. Okay. Hard light. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. Yeah, they do look like candy apples. It's probably gotta take a dump or something, man. Oh, that's not the button I meant to push. And when you gotta go, man. You know, if you hold in your pee too long for an extended amount of time, it will give you bladder problems in the future. And that's not a rock fact, that's a hard fact. Scientifically proven. I'm gonna up the shadows. Know that from experience. Oh man. Rip. God almighty. Some random jackass just drove by my house with just a exploding his muffler. Like, you ain't cool, man. We're in the middle of nowhere. See, I told you. Oh man, you missed it. Like, Jack Black came in the chat and started singing Peaches. Ariana Grande signed my face. You know, oh man, you missed it. Y'all ever get that? Like, you missed one day of school and it turned, like, you had 3 tests, there was a fight in the lunchroom, and, like, Beyonce performed in the cafeteria, like... Seems like that happens. Like, you missed one day of school and that was the day everyone decided to have a pop quiz. Oh, wait, whoops. No. We are almost at the finish line, folks. Almost at the finish line. I was that unlucky to probably never miss school. I didn't miss a whole lot of school either, but when I did miss school, it was probably for it was like for a dentist appointment or something. Which at that point, I would have rather had a pop quiz. Hate the dentist. I don't know of a single person who actually doesn't mind the dentist, or likes the dentist, or at the very least doesn't mind going to the dentist office. I think it was specifically created to torture children. The background is gonna be the background of all my videos, but I just sketched my sprites on top of it, so it just looks better when they're together, like they should be a part of the one environment, but I'm saving them separately so I can move them around in videos for editing purposes. So, well, yes, but actually no. I only skip school nowadays. I mean, yeah, some school, it ain't worth it. Unless it's high school, in which you probably should show up just to get your diploma. Because a lot of jobs will not hire you if you don't have a high school diploma. So that's important. But, like, college, that's a scam, man. University, you don't need it. Unless you're, like, going to be, like, a social worker or a doctor, most education that you need for whatever dream job you have, you can get, like, you can just go to a trade school and get it there, or just take online classes and whatnot. And that's if you want to. Yesn't. Well, if you don't have dreams, my guy, that would make you clinically insane. Or at the very least, I diagnose you with dead. Yeah, not the dead. Sorry, man. It's untreatable. Unless you pay the $30 admittance fee out of death, in which you'll have to owe your soul to the Disney overlords for, oof, let's say all eternity? I mean, we'll only need your soul for specific purposes, like ritualistic sacrifices and, worshipping Dagon and whatnot. But, it's you'll hardly notice it's gone. You'll hardly notice. Well, I guess you're just gonna be dead forever, buddy. Shame. It kind of sucks to be damned to hell for all eternity for not paying up the $50. Here I was about to guide your soul to heaven for only $20. Was it $10? Well, if you don't know that reference, I'm not sure we could be friends. You already sold it. Well, could we interest you in a timeshare? Anyone still buy those? Because timeshares are a legit scam. And I feel sorry for anybody who actually bought into that bullshit, because now you're kind of stuck for life. You might as well have sold your soul to Dagon, because, oh my god, you're not getting that time or money back. Alright, good night, bros. Should be sleeping. Well, I don't... It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon for me. Damn. Just the lighting by itself looks pretty good. And I say that in the humblest way possible. I know it's a bit late in the conversation, but oh my god, you want to talk about a child's media that actually had the best villains that were better than Disney? Barbie. Barbie had some of the best villains ever. Because they were just gleefully evil. Like, every single one of them. Like, everyone from, like, Preminger and Madame Carp in Princess and the Pauper, Gothel from their version of Rapunzel, just wistfully evil. Now, in their Rapunzel version, Gothel was acting out of malice because she felt like the king hurt her, so she kidnapped his daughter and whatnot, but yeah. She was still unreasonably evil. It's been a while since I've seen a Barbie movie. The Mermaid Queen from A Mermaid Tale, she was pretty gleefully evil, but she was also voiced by the great and powerful Trixie. Oh, I'm sorry. The great and powerful Trixie! So that was just awesome. But then again, she was an outcast because she couldn't do a thing. What was it? It's not on the same god. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That was on the wrong layer. Oh well. The show must go on. Also, I was just thinking about it the other night. Preminger had the best villain song. I mean, Martin Short is just so over the top with his voice acting.
Yep.
Yeah?
Should I start preparing the potatoes and stuff?
Well, I mean,
Or
it's
should I
only
wait?
it's only 3 o'clock. Wait till
Okay.
like you can pop the lid to see if it's still cool.
Okay.
To see if they're cool, because we need to peel them and chop them up and then throw them in a pot with.
Right, with all the others. Do you want to saute the vegetables?
Personally, yes, but at the same time, I spent all day cooking yesterday, so if someone else could do that.
I can do that. I just wanted to know if I should have started or not.
No. I mean, like, 4 o'clock is the latest is the earliest you should start cooking.
Okay.
I mean, technically, we could have started the potatoes at 4:30 and still had enough time to...
Yeah, Mom wants them cooler when we're peeling them, though.
Yeah.
It just doesn't hurt as much.
My throat is killing me, man.
Do you want me to make you some tea?
I got, like, 3 drinks here, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I see. You want me to get you a cough drop?
Can you fill this up, though?
Oh, yeah. fill that
Thanks.
up.
I got cough drops in here.
Okay.
But I don't want them in my mouth while
That's
I'm
true.
talking.
Well,
and-
stop talking.
I'm also drinking, so I didn't want, like, cherry-flavored cough drops
Oh.
with black coffee.
I don't know. It might taste good. Anyway, I'll fill this up for you.
Thanks. That was my sister. Pray for the reign of Premingers here. All hail me. I think he was the only Barbie villain to actually have a song. But it has, like I said, it has been a while since I've seen a Barbie movie. A lot of the old ones that I know and liked were based on ballet. So the villains actually there weren't much songs in it, but there were definitely the dance numbers. Like for the Nutcracker and Swan Lake.
The Rat King. Are you talking about Barbie?
Yeah.
The Rat King from the Nutcracker was really cool.
Yeah, but he didn't have a song.
No. But I liked his design.
Oh, I liked his design and his voice.
Oh,
Mwah.
yeah. Beautiful.
But like, what other Barbie villain had a song? Aside from Preminger.
He might be the only one. Because I'm thinking about all the other Barbie movies. None of them the only one who sings is Barbie in most of those movies. I think he might be the only one who actually sang.
But
Well,
then again, we haven't seen any of the newer Barbie movies.
Yeah.
Maybe they've
Even in the Mermaid one, no one sang.
No.
Were there any songs in that one? By the characters, not like background music.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think any. They're mermaids. You'd think they would have the most singing.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pegasus one, I don't remember.
Well, the Pegasus one, yeah, there were no songs in Magic of the Pegasus.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the.
There were no songs in Rapunzel, but there was like the ambient.
She did sing in Rapunzel, I think.
She did?
Barbie. I thought she did. I thought she had a song. I could be wrong. But I always remember there being... She did sing... No, that was a different song. Yeah, the song played whenever she was painting.
Yeah, that was just
That was
vocalization.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it slaps though. I mean, just...
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I think Preminger was the only villain who had a song.
Yeah, because all the other older Barbie movies had what were like Nutcracker and Swan Lake, and those were ballets, so they didn't have songs either. They had a lot of dance numbers that took up time.
Yeah, those were fun. In the 12 Dancing Princesses, I don't think there was any songs either.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of vocalization.
There wasn't a bad guy in that one, though.
Yeah, there was. In 12 Dancing Princesses, the aunt or something was poisoning the father.
Oh,
To make
that's
him
why he
sick.
was sick.
Yeah.
I knew he was sick, but I was like, yeah, he's just had an illness. I forgot about the aunt.
And the love interest in 12 Dancing Princesses was named Derek.
I didn't even remember there being a love interest in that.
Yeah, because he and Genevieve got married at the end. And she made the joke, it's the one time I'm not late for something.
She wasn't the oldest.
No, she was like 5th oldest.
Okay. Did any of the sisters die?
No. Because the youngest one found that well that had the healing water,
Yeah.
and she took it with her. Because she was so clumsy, and she's like, I might as well keep this, and it healed her father, brought her back to life.
What was the flowers?
No, the flowers granted wishes.
See, I remember the movie, but I don't at the same time, you know?
It was very forgettable.
Yeah, that was like my least favorite one, I think.
Actually, Magic of the Pegasus was very unforgettable. Was very, bad. My least favorite.
Yeah,
Well, okay. Princess and the Pop Star was so stupid. I hate that one. But Magic of the Pegasus was like, this is almost cool.
You know the thing I hate about Princess and the Pop Star? I don't think there was an actual villain.
The agent and, again, the ant.
God, this
They were antagonists, but I don't think they were
like
villains.
Preminger, though.
No, they weren't like Preminger.
Preminger's
But the agent was just being, well, an agent.
Yeah.
But, like, no one was locked up or imprisoned like Preminger was. He was literally... His ass was thrown in jail.
Well, I mean, he tried to...
He not only
He
kidnapped
the princess.
and then attempted murder of said princess along with her royal advisor and tried to usurp the queen.
That's what the word I was thinking of, usurp. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he deserved the guillotine.
Well, actually, someone said at that time they were being to wait trial for murder. Because that's what was going to happen to the blue one. What's her name? I remember Annalise.
Erica.
Yeah, Erica was going to be put to death, which is why...
Yeah, because she was arrested for conspiring to, not only... She was an imposter, but she also was convicted of murder.
Yeah, which is why Dominic tried to get her out, like, that day.
Mm-hmm.
If she was just in prison, they don't show it, but at the time that movie is set, she would have been killed for her crime. So, Preminger's most likely dead.
But, I don't know, Annalise doesn't seem like the person who would put someone to death over that.
Maybe not.
She probably just, sent him to, a work camp or something, which is basically a death sentence.
Yeah, you know what? Mind those geodes. Make me rich.
Well, it's not like in, the Fairytopia one where the Witch Queen was just turned into a frog.
No, that's just cruel.
Well, that's because they gave her the magic that turned you to what you looked like on the inside.
Was there any singing in those three?
None that I remember, no.
I remember, songs, but none of the characters were actually, singing them.
Yeah, even in the Three Musketeers one, there was the song, and they played... They played songs in the background, but no one was singing.
Yeah, and
I
was just like, why would you stop? I liked it when the characters were singing.
Lower budget, I guess.
You can still sing.
I mean, because remember in Three Musketeers, they literally had the song that was like, take a look around, take a walk downtown. You know the one that was happening that played in Jammin' in Jamaica?
I don't remember either of those movies.
You don't remember Jammin' in Jamaica?
No, I don't remember that one.
It's actually a really good movie.
I want to watch it again, but I just have...
Do we have it? Did we get rid of it?
I
think we got rid of it. We did! We did get rid of it. We gave it to one of the foster kids.
Yeah, because they liked it, and we were like, yeah, we don't really watch it anymore. We did a stupid and got rid of Kimba the White Lion.
Oh god, why'd we ever do that?
I think Mom got rid of it because we weren't watching it again.
Yeah, and she said, hey, do you want to get rid of these? And we said, yeah, because we were dumbass kids.
It's like, no!
Like, now I'm like, oh god, why'd we get rid of it? It was Kimba the White Lion!
It hurts! Disney ripped them off!
Yeah, they totally ripped off Kimba.
Anyway, that's why I named my, Solgaleo, the lion Pokemon.
Yeah.
I named that one Kimba. I was like, it's the White Lion!
For the sake of my voice, boyos, I think we're gonna end the stream here. Okay, save.
The potatoes are still really hot. And I
What?
turned it off like around before you started your stream.
Dump the water out.
Yeah, that might help.
Yeah, we got potato soup on the menu for dinner, and the potatoes are still too hot to handle. They're too hot to handle. Anyway, I'm gonna save this, and we're gonna end the stream here. I'm like 2 sprites away from finishing, so I probably get these done tonight. At the latest tomorrow, but it's only like 3:30, so I'm definitely gonna get these done. I'm actually gonna call this one Scowl. Rouse every cheer. I pray for the reign of premiers here. So yes, my boyos, we're going to end the stream here. It's 3 freaking hours, so thank you all so much for watching. Oh my god, this is the most busy stream I've ever done. Busiest stream ever. I don't know when the next stream is going to be, but I will announce it at least an hour to a half an hour before I go live, because that is my current policy. Sorry, my nose. Like I said earlier, the next video may or may not be next week. It probably will be next week until I am, you know, until I'm prepared enough. Then I might do 2 videos a week, because they're actually not that hard to put together. However, you know, I don't have the scripts all written out, and I don't want to rush anything, so for now, it'll be 1 video a week with maybe 2 streams. But we shall see what happens. So, yeah. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Goodbye.